You've probably heard this one. A doomed civilization cutting down every last tree on their island just to drag stone giants across it. Total ecological suicide, all in the name of religion and ego. It's a great story. It's also almost entirely wrong. Rapa Nui, Easter Island, is one of the most remote inhabited places on Earth, a speck of volcanic rock 6 by 10 miles wide, over 2,000 miles from the nearest continent. Sometime after 400 AD, Polynesian voyagers landed here, and over the centuries their descendants carved nearly 900 moai, some standing over 40 feet tall, weighing up to 75 tons. For decades, the accepted story went like this. A growing population felled every tree on the island to build sledges and rollers, hauled the statues flat on their backs, and in doing so triggered a total ecological collapse, deforestation, famine, warfare, even cannibalism. It's known as the Moai madness theory, and it turned Rapa Nui into a cautionary tale for the whole planet. There was just one problem. The Rapa Nui Islanders never told it that way. Rapa Nui oral tradition insists the statues didn't get dragged anywhere. They walked. For most of the 20th century, that claim was treated as folklore, nothing more. Then, starting in 2001, archaeologists Terry Hunt and Carl Lipo went looking for evidence, not to prove the legend, but to test it. They surveyed nearly 1,000 moai across the island, and 62 of them stood out immediately. Statues abandoned mid-transport, scattered along the ancient roads between the quarry and the coast. These road statues didn't look like the ones standing on platforms. Their bases were wide and D-shaped instead of flat, beveled at an angle, and tilted forward by roughly 14 degrees. And the pattern of how they'd fallen was strange. On downhill sections, statues lay face first. On uphill sections, they'd toppled backward. That's not what you'd expect from something dragged flat on a sledge. It's exactly what you'd expect from something that was upright and lost its balance. So Hunt and Lipo built a replica, a scaled, modern moai over 4 tons, based precisely on the proportions of the abandoned road statues. They tied 3 ropes near the top, one on each side, one at the back, and handed the ends to 18 ordinary people, no training required. Pulling the side ropes in alternating rhythm, the team rocked the statue from edge to edge, left, right, and with each rock, it took a small, distinct step forward. It wasn't a stunt, it was physics. The statue's wide, angled base acted almost like a rocking chair, and its center of mass did the rest, building momentum the way a pendulum does. The hardest part wasn't moving the statue, it was starting the rock. Once it caught the rhythm, 18 people walked a 5-ton stone giant 100 meters in 40 minutes, using nothing but rope. No logs, no rollers, no mass timber harvest required. That detail matters more than it sounds like it should. If moving a moai didn't require felling forests, then the deforestation of Rapa Nui can't be explained as a side effect of statue transport. The two stories have to be separated. It doesn't mean the island's trees weren't lost, or that hard times never came. It means the reckless islanders wasted their whole world on vanity statues' version of events was, at least on this specific point, built on an assumption nobody ever actually tested. What the evidence shows instead is a small population solving an enormous engineering problem with rope, geometry, and teamwork, not brute force labor and waste. The Rapa Nui didn't need trees to move a 75-ton statue. They needed to understand resonance. The moai were never dragged to their dooms. They walked there, on purpose, by people who understood their own creations better than we gave them credit for. Next time, the machine found in a shipwreck that was 2,000 years ahead of its time.